I was asked this question regarding sustainable fat loss and how I've been able to, lose weight and keep it off. And I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you guys a quick story. Or a quick synopsis of my life. So, from when I was 18 to 25, I competed every single year, no breaks, 18 to 25, so 7 years of my life. Before that, I was already in shape. I was playing football. I had abs. You see a picture when I was 17 years old, how I looked, 100% natural. Then I got into bodybuilding, fitness competitions, and for 7 years, all I did was push myself hard, gain weight, diet hard, gain weight, diet hard, gain weight. And for years after that, I spent just building my business, and I didn't focus too much on my physique. But I love being in shape because of how I feel when I'm in shape, and but I just couldn't juggle it all. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not trying to play like I'm some tough guy that has it all figured out. I'm very good at focusing on one thing at a time and executing and putting everything into that. And I was never able to figure out this balance between different things in my life at the same time. And I don't necessarily even believe in balance, but I do believe to a degree. I don't want to be obese and successful in business. I want to have the best of all the things that matter most to me. And so what I realized is, even for these past 5 years, I would lose weight, gain weight. I would, lose weight for 3 months, and then I put it back on. But what ended up happening was I figured out the most important thing, which is because I love food. Nobody loves food more than me. And what I figured out is the only way to really get in shape and stay in shape, there's only one way. And this way is that you must fully commit to giving up everything for good. And I'm not saying you can't have those foods, like that you're never going to be able to have them. Because for the last year and a half, I've had junk food about 12 times, let's say. I don't count, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But when I made the decision that I will never have those foods again, meaning I'm not going on a diet, I've committed to changing my life and changing my identity, and I no longer need or want those foods, okay? If you're addicted to alcohol, you cannot say, I'm going to have it once a week. You have to commit to never having it again. The reason why this is so important for me is because even when I do have it, I don't feel like I want more of it. I can just get back on track. And this is a first for me. I got to be honest. Before I would indulge and I would be gluttonous and I would continue to eat and it would perpetuate the cycle of eating more. And it would be like 1 day turns into 5 days, which turns into 2 weeks, which turns into 2 years of eating garbage. And I just got to be honest with you. That's just how it looked. And, call a spade. And it wasn't until I said, I'm never going to have this food again. I'm not looking forward to a weekly cheat meal or when my next cheat meal is or high carb day. I don't care about that. I don't care if it's in 6 months. I literally went, I believe it would have been about 4 months when I first started dieting again to, committing to losing weight. And I didn't have a single thing, nothing. And I just prolonged it as long as I could. And then one day I said, you know what? I feel like I'm in a good place. Today I'm going to have a burger or whatever it was. And the next day I got right back on track. And I did this maybe about 12 times in the last year and a half. It's a special occasion. I'm going out. I want to enjoy something. I'll do it. It's not a big deal, but it's not this thing in my mind that's like very prominent. It's not super important to me like it once was. And I tell people all the time that if you're talking about you want food or you want a high carb day or you are destined to fail. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know when you're going to fail. I don't know when you're going to slip and fall back into eating junk again. But it will happen because you haven't fully given up this notion and this idea that it's not part of your diet anymore. It's not part of your lifestyle anymore. And only when you can commit to that, then you're going to see long-term change. And then you're going to give up this struggle and this constant resistance with losing weight because you no longer identify with a person that's trying to be in shape. You now have become a person that's in shape. And all of your behaviors, all of your decisions, and more importantly, all of your thoughts are conducive to that identity. And there's nothing more important than that. Because even if your behavior is conducive to somebody that's lean, if you're having these thoughts all the time playing in your head that you want food or that you're craving or that you're hungry and all this type of stuff, it's exhausting. It's energetically very mentally draining, and you are going to give up. You are going to give in to those temptations. All it's going to take is a hard day, and you're done. You're back to square one. All it's going to take is you need a little bit of coping to manage with some of your external stress, and you're back to square one. And that's probably one of the biggest shifts that I've seen. You know, in the past, I would eat from a place of stress, whereas this is the first time in my life where I don't resort to food. It's just, I don't need to cope with something or soothe myself with something to make myself feel good, you know, for a very short period of time, because even this feeling of discomfort and pain is fleeting, and I learned to just sit with all of the things that are hard for me in life. You know, if I'm going through a tough time, I learn to embrace it and sit with it, because all of my personality and all of my strength and all of my character has been forged through difficulty. So by not allowing yourself to sit in the difficulty when something is bothering you, when you're dealing with stress, by trying to alleviate yourself from dealing with it by soothing with food or by soothing with other things, you are doing yourself a disservice, because you went through the pain, but you didn't get the benefit of the pain, which is subsequent growth. And the only way to do that is to allow yourself to be okay with being uncomfortable, with being stressed out, with having a hard day, with doing all of that, instead of trying to escape. That's all for today. Hope you guys liked that video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it, comment below. Let me know what you think.